All right. If you watch TV or the commercial networks, especially around the news hour, you'll see ads for vaccinations for shingles. Shingles is a condition you can get if, as a child, I think you had chicken pox. Is that right? Now, the ads portray shingles as a very painful experience. Okay? Which it probably is in many cases. And it's portrayed as a condition you get when you're older, right? Well, I had chicken pox apparently as a child. I've had shingles twice. And the only thing I noticed about it is that I had a whole bunch of red dots that were along the line, probably following a nerve. And I didn't even feel it. Yeah, I was lucky, supposedly. Now, my doctor, since the shingles vaccination came out a couple of years ago, he said, well, I think it'd be a good idea for you to get a vaccination. Is it certain I won't get shingles? I still could get shingles. The vaccination is not 100% effective. And the other thing is, if it's not effective, well, I don't know whether it will be painful or not. I mean, I don't know exactly why. My first case was in my 30s. I don't know. Some of us are special. What can I say? And I think I had it on my neck. And I went into the doctor and he said, yeah, it looks like you got shingles. There was nothing to do. I didn't notice it was not uncomfortable for me at all. Eventually it went away. And then I had it maybe about 10 years ago. I think maybe along my life or something like that. Again, it didn't cause me any problems.
That's not for different areas like that. Usually it always follows the same pattern.
Yeah, it follows the nerve, I understand. Is that right? Yeah.
The virus becomes dormant in your nerve.
Okay.
So that's why.
Yeah. So, medicine is complicated. Most men eventually develop, or a large fraction of men develop prostate cancer when they're older. It used to be the attitude, oh, gotta get rid of that cancer. Well, medicine is always complex. I mean, when you get old, there are a lot of things that might do you in at some point. All right, and the question then becomes is, how big a risk is this prostate cancer versus all the other conditions? Dementia, stroke, heart attacks, and all this sort of stuff. Should you necessarily treat it as though it were the end of the world to have cancer? I think in a lot of today, it used to be different. If you had prostate cancer, that they really wanted to treat it aggressively, meaning they remove the prostate or maybe remove a portion of it or give you all these sorts of medicines. Where I think today they're a little more reserved in what they do. And if the prostate cancer is slow growing, and you're in your 70s or 80s, maybe it makes sense just to live with it. And if it doesn't cause you any problems, all right, then there's no point in treating it. Eventually it might kill you if you live to 130. But the problem for most people is not the prostate cancer at that point, it's getting to 130. You're not likely, in fact, no one probably has lived to 130, maybe one or two. Pretty rare. So these analysis of this form, sometimes they're quite complicated, and again, that's why they use multiple tests. When you have a physical, they probably run all sorts of tests. They look for your cholesterol, they look for your triglycerides, they look for your white blood count, your red blood count. They look to see if you've got any, whatever. There are a lot of tests. And those are just gauges. I mean, all those tests could be positive, or at least an indication of no problem. What you could have severe medical problems. Or you could have, those numbers could be off, so to speak, all right, and you might feel fine. I mean, this is, or maybe I was just lucky. Some of us are special, so that when we go in the casino, you walk by the slot machines and the money starts rolling out, even without my pulling the handle.
It's always good to one thing you're good at. So.
Yeah. Preferably too. Well, no, I'd like to be better at more than just not getting shingles. All right, let's talk about random variables. We've actually been talking about random variables all along. Different way of looking at probability. And I'm going to go back to the example of rolling a six-sided die. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the letter X to represent the number of dots on the top face. And I'm assuming that I'm going to I'll roll the die, all right, and I'm going to create a table. The first column will have an X at the top. And below that I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the numbers that I can observe in this situation. So the random variable X can take on any one of those values, and the probability. Another way of thinking about a random variable is a process for producing numbers by chance. If I roll a die, that's a process that will produce me the numbers 1 through 6. I can also think of a random variable as simply a numerical outcome of a random phenomenon. If you have a calculator, such as this here, there's going to be some button on it. It has to be a scientific calculator. There's going to be a button on there that says RAND, or maybe there's a function RAND. I have a button called random. It's my second button. And if I hit second random, I have two choices. One is called random and one is called random int. I want 1. And it types in RAND in my window and then I hit enter. And I get out the number 0.7285. If I keep hitting enter, I keep on getting numbers between 0 and 1. On the TI 84 and 89, there's probably in the catalog of functions. So somewhere in here there's a catalog of functions, I think. Tell you what, if you want, I'll look at these after class. If I don't see it right away, I'm afraid I'm going to dig too deep. But I can show you on your own calculator how you can get this function. Yeah. Okay. So for your specific calculator, I'll be happy to help you get that set up after class. But the point is, I'm conducting an experiment. I'm just pushing a button. And what am I doing? I'm getting a number between 0 and 1. All the numbers that we observe, in this case, will be from 0 to 1.
Does Excel have this as well?
Yes, it does. In fact, actually, that's how I produce those random numbers. Okay? It actually uses a function called RAND. All right. Now, there are generally speaking two types of random variables. Let's talk about the first one, this